Good morning, everybody. God, does it feel like morning? More morning than normal. Welcome back to 22 Panels, episode 207 for October 26, 2025. Second to last episode of season 4. Um,
Second to last.
yeah,
Oh, is
52
that
weeks in a year.
there we go. Okay, I was just making sure that's the
Low 8 will be the end of the 4th season.
all right. So November is kind of the rollover month.
Right,
Oh,
right.
that's interesting. Yeah. So that's
Yeah, I
that's
don't. I'd have to go look up when exactly our first episode was.
okay.
Not that that's too hard. I'll have it for you in a second.
It's interesting timing because that's right around the time of my wedding anniversary. So that's
Uh,
that's a it's a good memory trick when you can double up on your anniversary importance.
our first episode was November 13th, 2021.
So it that is, yeah, that's well, the wedding was on, no, it was on 2021. So yes, that's that your first episode was on the day of my wedding.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Holy cow.
I'm trying to now I have to figure out when you were on the
It
podcast.
it would have,
Or
I'm pretty sure I reached out to you in January because that was around the time that there was definitely some other interesting stuff going on in my life that's I'm kind of like able to tie in when I started talking to you around those sorts of times. There we
it
go.
was February 13th.
There we go. All right. Isn't that fun?
It was episode 14 was your
Yep.
first appearance
This is like
on 22 panels. And
the
we already had ten interviews. So like we were well on our way to the more interviews than weekly episodes that we very much are now.
oh
Uh,
yeah.
and could become more in the near future, but we're gonna not talk
Even
about that yet.
more interviews. That's right. Tad is well on
Yeah.
his way to talking to everyone in comics at least
I
once.
mean, you gotta have goals, right?
Oh yeah.
So, big news this week. Oh, wait, I forgot to say across the interwebs. So let's roll back.
Whoop.
Let's roll back.
Doodly-doo, doodly-doo, doodly-doo.
Yep, yep. Across the interwebs from me is Phil.
My
Um,
cat did not like that noise. He
he's
is
not a spider cat.
he is not. He is perturbed. He is
He's not a ninja cat either, probably.
no. He is
We figured out like between Kelly, me, and my friend Jeff, we did
uh-huh.
figure out um
Eddie's pest as a ninja.
no, who robbed the Louvre.
Oh, yeah? Who was that?
Yeah. Well, we saw a list that included, George Clooney and his friends,
Sure.
cats and ninjas. And we're like, see, they're off here because I mean, as we know from reading Usagi Yojimbo, all cats or all ninjas are cats. Uh,
Okay.
but also like cats domesticated themselves. So, I mean, really, cats tamed humans.
Hmm.
So, everybody who has a cat knows that, like, we're the pets.
Hmm. Oh yeah. They look at
Uh,
us like just big dumb cats that don't know how to hunt very well, and that's why they have to bring us things to
I
show
don't
how
even
to
think
hunt.
they think of us as cats. They think of us as food.
Yep. Food and warm. That's that's
Right,
how that's how I get looked at.
right. Um, so, like, when you look at it that way, you realize that, like, the heists that Clooney and gang do are the easy ones that their cat masters have planned for them. And when it's a
Um,
serious heist is when the cats go in themselves. So it's
there you
the
go.
Ninja Cat Ocean Masters that they need to be looking for. They should go to
Un
each of Clooney and his friend's house and look for the cat. They won't
right?
find it.
No, of course not. Any good cat knows to hide from
They might
intruders.
find a non-ninja cat that the ninja cat has set up for the fall.
A conveniently non-smoking gun.
Right. Um, I mean,
Oh,
I think Eddie's not a ninja cat.
no, I don't
No.
know. I can see Eddie handling some throwing stars.
Yeah, but like Eddie is not particularly good at being stealthy.
Yeah.
Sometimes when trying to get out of the house, but I think he uses speed and distraction more than stealth then.
Okay. Okay. That might make him the Naruto of cat ninjas.
Maybe, but like
He
even
is the
among our
best.
cats, Kelly and I agreed that Seppi is the one that could be the leader in kind of the Kaiser Soze way,
Oh, interesting.
where
Okay.
it's like you don't think it's him because he just seems timid
Oh gosh.
and
This is reminding me.
whatever, but whereas Eddie just he's too straightforward.
No, no, no guile. No,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
no
yeah,
sauce.
yeah.
Apparently, and I found this out through a post of Alex DeCampi's, there is like a wiki of Chinese street cats and the legends that people spin about them.
That is kind of cool.
It was pretty damn cool. I need to find it again.
I also hope that it means that that's what's coming out in her next book,
I mean, it might have been background
which
research for Scrapper. You never know.
it could have been, but like I mean it depends. Like because I think she often puts the research she's doing out. So
Hmm.
if she put it out before Scrapper came out, then yeah, it could have been the research for Scrapper. But if she's put it out since then,
I don't
it
quite
makes
remember.
me
This was a
wonder if
while
she's
ago.
doing yeah, yeah,
I mean, it's fruitful research, that is for sure.
that's true.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to the big news. If you are anywhere near Laverne, Minnesota, and I know that like isn't a lot of people. So any of you listening in Sioux Falls, any of you listening in Minneapolis, Sioux Falls is like half an hour. Minneapolis, it's 2.5 hours, but it's still worth it.
Yeah, I think this one goes out to anyone who's even curious of what might be in store.
And
It's
definitely
worth the
go
drive.
follow on Facebook.
Heck yeah.
The Nexus Vault is Tyler, our beloved Tyler's new store. They have a
Wow.
Facebook page.
They've already got photos.
They've got some photos up.
Wow.
Looks like they've got some blind bags for
Oh, first purchase.
oh, they have a candy machine, some toys. I
This
don't
looks like
know if
a
I don't know if they've actually gotten to. Oh, that's a great book, Park Bench.
that's funny. I have a book by that author behind me. Alone.
I don't know if they have actually reached getting their first uh lunar and PRH orders in,
Hmm.
but they are doing their soft open. I'm not even gonna call it the grand open, though I think he did. He called it the grand opening. So I guess I should call it the grand opening.
Oh yeah, let's not undersell this. This is
Uh
it's a big moment.
well, yeah, but like I come from a world where you do like soft
Hmm.
openings to get
Yeah.
your feet under you and then do the big party when you got it down.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I understand that too.
Uh so 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 yeah. Tyler opens his shop today, 109 East Main Street, Laverne, Minnesota. So our best of luck to Tyler. And yeah, like I said, if you're anywhere near Laverne, Minnesota, or if you're driving west on I-90, hop off at Laverne. Like if you're bored and in California and feel like looking for some Star Wars toys, hop a
Oh yeah,
flight into like
he did have some
Sioux
original
Falls or
inbox Star Wars toys.
Minneapolis.
You know, do they have an online shop set up yet?
I believe so, but I'm not seeing it. Um, I do not see it on their. Oh, wait a minute. The business card says thenexusvault.com. So
Okay,
let's
okay.
also check that out as well.
www.nexusvault.com.
We were just looking at their Facebook page, but their business card that we're looking at on the Facebook page has an email address that is currently private.
Dun dun dun
So it has
dun.
not gone long, but it is a Squarespace page.
Okay,
Uh,
it's a good choice. I
so
think
so
they're a
yeah,
pretty good interface.
they will likely have sales stuff or ability for online sales sooner rather than later. Because Tyler's aware that he's out in the middle of nowhere. Uh, so anyway, you have
They do some exciting.
I'll count this as comic book move.
It's comic
So
adjacent
it's
news.
like,
But there was a fun announcement from the past couple of days. We have news that Charles Burns' classic Black Hole is to be adapted by Jane uh, Schoenbrunn, the writer director of I Saw the TV Glow, which I've heard great things about, and that seems like just a great pairing. And also fitting for our mind blowing episode is I had forgotten to include Black Hole as a potential mind blower until remembering this little news bit to include. But yeah, that sounds like, I don't make it a point to watch every comic adaptation because that's too much and I don't have that bandwidth, but this is one that I will absolutely seek out because Black Hole is a fucking classic.
I mean, I'll seek out issue one or episode one.
Heck yeah, give it a shot. I mean, I'm hoping they'll drop them all at
I
once. It
mean,
sounded like it was Netflix.
well, but it doesn't actually matter if they drop them all at once. Like, this is one of those that like is so uniquely comic to me that if they're not knocking it out of the park really fast,
Oh
I'll
yeah,
stop caring.
that is yeah. I mean, I have faith in this creative team because again, I still need to see I Saw the TV Glow. The reason I haven't yet is because I heard it was more it was billed as a horror movie, but it wasn't actually scary. And you know,
Well, I mean, for me, it's not even. I mean, I'm certain that there are things out there that are comics adaptations that are great TV shows in their own right.
oh, absolutely.
Um, I understand that adaptations are a separate beast, and you can be great
Hmm.
even if you have deviated. But um, my biggest reason for wanting to watch this is because it's a comics adaptation. So if it
Oh yeah,
doesn't grab me and grab me in the way that fits.
yeah.
I
It
mean,
if
my TV and my comics, I have different, but like, if it doesn't grab me, I'm gonna stop being interested really fast and go read a comic book. Is
oh
is I
totally.
guess what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Um,
it's for
I
me
probably have an even higher bar for comic adaptations than normal TV in terms of
the better the book is, the harsher
how
my
long
critique of the
will I
adaptation.
go. Well,
Oh yeah,
no, it's not even a critique. It's just like,
or even chance willing to give. But yeah, I know what you mean. Where
and again, like there are a million shows that I soft abandon that I would never bash. I just
yeah,
never watch the next episode.
yeah, yeah, that's for sure.
You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. That's the biggest reason why
And half the time, it's not even I like never watch the next episode, and I don't mean to.
it's you just forget.
I
Like,
just haven't.
yeah, that's
It's
happened to
more
us
like I
so
haven't
many
watched the
things.
next episode yet.
Hmm.
I
And
mean,
you don't know when you'll get around
like,
to it.
like, I mean, a- and like my Star Wars buddies like beat me over the head for this.
Hmm.
I haven't watched episode, I think, 3 of Andor yet,
I was gonna say you haven't
or,
seen Revenge of the Sith?
or anything beyond that.
Oh yeah,
So
I
like
haven't seen any of Andor.
I watched the first two episodes. I liked it. I thought it was
Hmm.
good. It was a little too intense for Kelly, and I didn't love it so much that I was seeking it out during my spare time. And it's been what, 3 years now?
Something.
Three
I mean, they
years
did.
and another season.
Yeah, I was gonna say they did a season two, so it's definitely been a while.
That's kind of how my TV watching goes.
There we go.
Cause
I mean, and that's why I aspire to it. It's inspirational. The amount
and
of
a
comics to
lot of my
TV.
TV watching is rewatching things. Cause then
Yeah.
it's easier to be in the background and it's just comfort.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's yeah. That's another thing. Is there are times where if I have the TV on, I need a second screen. I am at that level of society.
I've been on a justified tear lately.
I hear that one's really good.
And spending my time in the car reading or listening to Elmore Leonard, Raylan Givens
Mm,
novels. So like
yeah,
I've been doing both the TV version of the character and the
that's an
original
interesting
version of the
experience.
character. And I actually went and checked down. It's only available on YouTube right now. Um, Long before Justified, Showtime had adapted Pronto, which is the
Mm,
first book that Raylan Givens appeared in.
okay.
Um, where he was one of like three main characters,
Hmm.
and definitely in terms of the casting and in terms of the writing, they focused more on the guy that he was looking for
Hmm.
because they cast Peter Falk.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. Yeah,
You know.
that's always
Um,
amusing.
right. So, you know. Anyway, what kind of week has it been? Uh, well,
Has still only been a week.
apparently, 7-ish million people are not that many people, and they all had signs that were made at Kinko's. They're all the
Oh,
same sign. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I wish Yogi Bear was
Um,
our president because that's who you sound like right now.
okay, sorry.
No, no, I appreciate
Well,
a Yogi
I don't
Bear
want to.
more than
Yeah, but I don't
yeah.
want to associate Yogi Bear with.
That's fair. That's fair. We don't want to cross those
Yeah,
streams.
yes, 7 million of us took to the streets last weekend.
Hmm.
I even managed to squeeze out, not during a specific period, because, well, my wife's still in the hospital and was then, but, I happen to live in Chicago, so like there were the No Kings protests, but there's also the, everyday protest at the Broadview Detention Center. So I
Mm,
did spend some
damn.
time in my afternoon last Saturday at the Broadview Detention Center. And let me give huge thumbs up to the people out there. They got a nice tent set up with water and snacks and signs and sign making supplies and a lost and found table, which I just love it that somebody had the presence of mind to put together a lost and found table.
Oh yeah. I you got to collect all those stray shoes.
Actually, apparently sometimes it's car keys,
Ooh, yeah, that's not gonna get
wallets.
far without that. Yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty big. And it's just, good looking out for
Um,
each other. Absolutely. I love to
but
hear stories
but
like that.
yeah. Um, yeah, and like that may or may not have anything to do with why uh 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 the president has demolished the East Wing of the White House.
It's pretty
Uh,
startling. I saw a side
like
by side and it's
he said that it wasn't gonna be
I
touched when
think
he was building his ballroom, but
I think it's pretty clear right now that he
uh,
doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
well, yeah, yeah. And like the bunkers on the East Wing, so like maybe they're actually just using it as cover to do some work there. Though
Mhm.
even then, it could be he had to go to the bunker couple of times during his first presidency and he didn't like it, so maybe it's like not a posh enough bunker for him. I
Mhm.
don't know.
Heaven forbid.
No massage tables.
Man.
Uh,
Oh,
yeah. Though I did you catch the ad that Ontario put up?
no, that
No.
sounds fun though. I
He
tend to like
he
Ontario.
he he completely threw a shit fit after it appeared the first time.
Even
It
more
appeared
of a
during
shit
the
fit?
World Series last night. So
Oh,
like
wow.
yeah, Ontario
Of
used
Canada fame.
well yeah, well it was paid for by the government of Ontario, Canada.
Hmm.
Uh uh Using footage and audio from Ronald Reagan, ran an ad on how bad tariffs were for the American people.
That's incredible. Oh, I love that.
Like I
Oh,
said, I don't know where it first aired because he threw his shit fit before last night, but I was watching the World Series game one last
oh,
night and it ran during the World Series, which,
nice.
Toronto's in Ontario, so like, but whoo boy.
Wow. Nice. Love seeing them poke the bear like that.
Meanwhile, we continue our extrajudicial murders in the
Yeah.
Caribbean and now in the Pacific.
Oh,
Uh, we, we,
shit.
we, we blew up a boat in the Pacific as well. No evidence has been shown of any of these boats carrying drugs. It should be pointed out that even if there was evidence that they carried drugs, the way that's supposed to work is you're supposed to intercept the boat, board it, arrest the people, take the drugs, and then have a trial. Also, I'm not aware of the death penalty for like drug smuggling in this country.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, it's one of those where I don't even know how to rationally engage with this because it's just such a ridiculous series of actions that I get so angry and so like that's the primary thought that comes across. It's just blatant anger of why the fuck are we as a country doing this and why is this
so,
allowed to continue happening?
let's see. Pretty certain it was in Heather Cox Richardson's email. Anybody not reading Letters from an American really, really should. Um, let's see. The quote from, no, maybe not. Because, yeah, it talks about oh, no, here we are. Uh, when a reporter asked him yesterday why he didn't ask Congress for a declaration of war against those South American drug cartels he claims are at war with the United States, Trump answered, well, I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war. I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country, okay? We're going to kill them, you know? They're going to be like dead, okay?
Yeah,
So,
that's a chilling sentiment that
uh,
yeah, I'd be terrified of any world leader saying shit like this, much less the leader of our own country.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like, is this the president of the United States or Tony Soprano?
yeah, well, that's how I. It's hard for you to imagine that's not how he wants to be seen.
Did you see uh Jon Stewart on The Daily Show?
I did not, but he's usually pretty
Um,
good.
he did a wonderful we're gonna play the clip because it's off of
Hmm,
YouTube. Let,
okay.
let me reshare in a way that will give us sound because this
Well, little extra context
this
for
is, this is pretty great.
this morning.
Um, This is Jon Stewart on the Daily Show.
He's a miracle worker.
Trump just performed an actual miracle before our eyes.
He was saved to do things like he did today.
He's got just a special anointing.
Prophecy, destiny, and divine purpose. President Trump is God's chosen instrument for this moment in time.
Since this is audio only, that's all
we're saving
right-wing
Christianity.
Yes.
We're saving
TV
God.
and podcasts.
To Republicans, king is a demotion. He's not a king. He's a deity sent by God to bring peace to all of mankind. A Jesus-like figure. I mean, I get it. There is a lot of crossover. That's why tonight I thought we'd end our program with some fun and play the hottest new game show on basic cable. Jesus or Trump? Bing bong. All right, here we go. Here's how we're going to play. I'll read a quote, and you try and figure out if it was said by Donald J. Trump or Jesus H. Christ.
Oh boy.
Get out your scorecards! First quote. Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. I'm starting off.
Oh, this is a close one.
I'm gonna give everybody a second to lock in their answers. Jesus Christ, that's Jesus. Got about 60% in the audience, guys. Number 2, be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist in an abundance of possessions. That's another tricky one. I want you to take Jesus again. That was the two for Jesus on that. Let me try another one. I did try and her. Please wait till after I finish the quote before you lock in. Please. I did try and her. She was married. And I moved on her very heavily. In fact, I took her out furniture shopping. She wanted to get some furniture. I said, I'll show you where they have some nice furniture. Ma'am. Please respect the other contestants. I moved on her like a bitch. But I couldn't. Don't boo, it could be Jesus. And you are risking eternal life. But I couldn't get there, and she was married. Then all of a sudden, I see her. She's now got the big phony tits and everything. She's totally changed her look. End quote. Lock in. That one was Trump. That was Trump.
Bing bong.
Yeah, you got that. Listen, you guys are very good at this game. So if you ask, is Trump a king? Nay, nay. He is the king of kings. And that, my friends, is a reason to rejoice.
Yeah, that's for anyone whose sensors might not be calibrated right. That was all sarcasm. If you need to be told, I'm shocked that you're here.
Yes, well, and I did cut it off before he got into the playing of the. I mean, and this is what I love, and it was so great. Like, I mean, I loved all of the ways that they had to clutch pearls. I'm going to use the J.D. Vance line to clutch pearls, trying to downplay the No Kings rallies, because it was like Fox News was, you notice how it's all old people and they're like all white.
Are you about the protesters?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Fox News.
Wow.
Just many of the people who had been talking about how they were going to be dangerous Hamas protests then tried to pivot to, they're not serious, it's silly, it's just a party.
That's one of my favorite lines was seeing one guy go from these people are clowns to they're organized. They're buying their own animal costumes.
Right, right, right.
Like it's it's more surreal than an absurdist comedy right
But
now.
I mean, just to add context to the whole pearl clutching, apparently anybody who thinks the young 30 to 40-year-old
Oh, this one, yeah.
Republicans who are in positions of power in government weren't just boys being boys when they were
Yeah.
talking about having a little Nazi streak and
Yeah, how much they love Hitler and shit like that.
whatnot in their text thread.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just clutching your pearls.
Let us note that here at 22 Panels, the only Hitler humor we endorse is dead Hitler humor.
We do prefer dead Hitler humor. We do prefer dead Hitler humor.
It's a distinct choice that we made a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh man. It's also rather humorous that a quote unquote young Republican is in their 30s or 40s.
Well, I mean, all young Republicans are between 18 and 40.
There you go. Yeah, wow.
That's like But this was young Republican leadership.
Right. It's oh my god. Basically,
One
it's
of the
so
people
funny to me.
on the chat was a state senator. One of the people or a couple of people on the chat were like chiefs of staff to congressmen. Like one of the people on the chat just had to remove himself from consideration to become
Okay, good.
the head of the I forget exactly what it is, but like special counsel for government workers, because it's a Senate confirmed job. And thank God there are just enough Republican senators who said, yeah, you're just going to walk away because we don't want to have a hearing and we're certainly not voting for you.
Yeah.
Which apparently is now the low bar to say that you are a person of conscience in the Republican Party. Is
you know,
I will not vote to confirm a person who has openly said that they have a bit of a Nazi streak to a position in our government.
Yeah, this is the joke that comes to mind is, hell's frozen over when Republicans are developing standards.
But mind you, I mean, these are boys will be boys in their 30s.
Yeah, that's another one.
If a 14-year-old gets pregnant, she's having a baby.
Yeah, that's a great way to frame that double standard. That you're an adult when you make a decision that they want to go one way, but you're a child when you make a decision that they want to go the other way.
Well, I mean, it's women are adults as soon as they can breed.
Yeah.
And men are adults as soon as they're done staying and doing stupid things
at their convenience.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bullshit. It's grade A bullshit. Oh.
Yeah. So we have a brand new catalog.
Feel that pivot.
So all sorts of new to order stuff. You're leading off with
here we go. A heck of a book. Some might even say a hell of a book.
Yeah, one of our upcoming guests.
Oh yeah, this is going to be The Crown, A Tale of Hell, #1, from Mike and Todd Mignola, illustrated by Warwick Johnson Cadwell from Dark Horse Comics. Hellboy's brothers fight for control of pandemonium in this demonic family reunion. But it isn't just the siblings who get involved in the power struggle, as their mother returns from her prison for the first time in 100 years and has plans of her own. Mike Mignola is joined by his brother Todd Mignola, which the other one was Hellboy the Exorcist of Force.
I was about to say, there's your answer.
We were before recording. We were struggling to remember the other time Todd
Right.
came on board. And artist Warwick Johnson Cadwell in this new Hellboy prequel series that's going to be in stores February 11th, 2026 from Dark Horse
And we're
Comics.
talking to Todd on Tuesday night.
Yeah, tune in. It's going to be exciting.
So hopefully we've got a lot of recordings over the next few days. So Tuesday might mean as late as Friday or Saturday release. Um, but yeah, tune in soon. Uh, I've read this because it's already been part of a omnibus, but they're putting it out in single issues now. Um, Hank Howard, Pizza Detective, #1 for the two Hollywoods. Um, I am most excited because, and it like almost makes me want to figure out how I can get one. Uh,
Mm,
the 1 in 50 is not
that's
only a 3D cover, but a
wow.
3D interior.
Oh my goodness.
Right. So New York Times bestselling writer Robert Venditti and world-renowned comics legend David Lapham have combined powers to bring you a striking new vision in the fight against crime. Hank's investigation into a deadly international crime syndicate gets hot when longtime Big Caligula employee is murdered in cold blood. He'll stop at nothing to bring the killers to justice, journeying cross-country to the crime-laden streets of Hollywood, California. There, he'll face off against the Australian mafia, dodge fire-spitting flamethrowers, high-caliber shootouts, and a kangaroo on a choke chain in the most explosive adventure yet. This is from Bad Idea Comics. It'll be in stores on January 7th.
That sounds fun.
And again, the 1 in 50 variant is 3D.
All three.
I was initially really excited because when I was looking at it in the catalog, it didn't have a ratio.
Mm,
And I, for a moment, I thought that maybe we had a um open order 3D, and that would have been
do you
just.
do you have a special set of 3D glasses for occasions like this, or do you think they're
I mean,
coming with?
I do,
Oh,
but
nice.
B, it will come with them.
Okay, good. Because I do not keep 3D glasses on hand. I don't know if I'll pick that up though. But
Dennis Kitchen sent me some,
oh, they're nice. Those
along
are
with some 3D posters that he made.
oh nice, extra special 3D
So
glasses.
yeah. So I don't normally do the facsimile editions, but we're gonna do a few of them this month, including to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Fantagraphics, we are proud to present a series of replicant editions of classic Fantagraphics comics from the company's storied history, beginning with the one that launched 1,000 ships, the very first issue of Love and Rockets, Volume 1 from 1982. Introducing Maggie, Hopi, Luba, and so many more of the extended Love and Rockets cast that readers still know and love almost 45 years on, including Gilbert's groundbreaking Bem, Jaime's instant fan favorite mechanics, and so much more. Look for another classic Fantagraphics replicant next month. So yeah, Love and Rockets Volume 1, #1, facsimile edition from the Brothers Hernandez. We might be talking to Gilbert soon. Like tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow.
Yep.
In
I'm
stores,
also sorry.
on January 28th.
I'm also seeing now the where the Watchmen influence is coming from with that, the blood spatter on yellow, and I'm pretty sure there was promotional material with all the characters standing in front of a like a
And again, this is
spotlight.
82. Watchmen is 84.
Exactly. That's why the Watchmen influence. This is clearly
Right.
where they were getting the ideas from. But that's so cool.
Gibbons got Gibbons, the way I understand it, and one of these
Mm-hmm.
days I'm gonna have to like go read the annotated Watchmen, that sort of thing. But the way I understand it, Gibbons got like a lot his visual ideas for what he wanted to do from Watchmen with Watchmen from Love and Rockets.
Hell yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Next up, I didn't realize this was Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, The Shiver of Christmastown, but here it is, written by Torrin Groenbeck, apologies on the pronunciation, and art by Edu Mena. Covers from Jay Lee. Boys and girls of every age, time for something new and strange. Dynamite's first ever ongoing comic book series set in the world of the beloved film Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas is coming this January. Written by Torrin Groenbeck, illustrated by supernaturally talented Edu Mena, Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, The Shiver of Christmastown, returns to to the enchanted lands of Halloween Town and Christmastown for an all-new tale of adventure that will have readers in stitches. It all begins with the unveiling of Dr. Frankenstein's newest creation, specially designed to be the scariest creature ever to celebrate All Hallows Eve. Something has gone awry in the process, and the final result is more shocks and shivers and something, and we're running out of time, so it's going to be in stores January 7th.
Yeah, this is one where we're gonna play them off the stage with the
Yep.
music, because that's just way too long of
Yeah.
I can't even call it a blurb.
Admittedly, I was
Feels
thinking,
like they're trying to give us the entire plot of the
yeah,
issue.
we need to reference everyone from Nightmare Before Christmas. There we go.
So
I think this one's
let's look at
a
some
double
graphic
whammy.
novels.
Yeah, this one, next up, we have The Girl Who Draws on Whales from Ariella
Ariella.
Cristantina. Thank you very much for that one. Also coming from Dark Horse. And she is the artist of the Eisner Award nominated graphic novel Adora and the Distance. The Girl Who Draws on Whales is a testimony to the power of stories and their uncanny ability to entertain, educate, and ultimately unite us. It's set in a fantasy world several centuries after the Great Flood. Sister Wangi and younger brother Banyu live in a sea village. Wangi has a special bond with the great whales that visit the sea village, and they allow Wangi to draw on their backs. Sometimes they return with new drawings on them. Wangi believes that there are other sea villages or island settlements scattered around, that they are sending her messages, but none of the elders listen to her. That sounds absolutely fantastic. Going to be in stores March 31st, 2026, again from Dark Horse Comics.
I'm actually kind of surprised with myself for having missed this with volume 1, because this just is like my kind of cool young adult.
Oh, yeah.
And I like, or not even young adult,
This is middle grade.
Right, middle grade. And I like Shally Fish already. Kanga You Tests and Tournaments, a Wonder Woman graphic novel from Shally Fish and Yancy Labatt. Is Jumpa ready to hop into action? Wonder Woman's home island of Themyscira holds many surprises, the most adorable having floppy ears and long tails. Kangas are companions and partners for the Amazon's beloved steeds and protectors of their bonded warriors. And on the island, a school exists to train the next generation of Kangas for the many battles and challenges of the future. Again, this is the second Kanga U graphic novel. It'll be in stores on June 3rd. Follow up to the Lost in a Labyrinth. Oh, wait a minute. I did the wrong
You jumped
one.
ahead.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So I just
Okay.
read I'm sorry. Tests and Tournaments is in stores now. Lost in the Labyrinth, Traps in the legendary Greek labyrinth, Jumpa and her friends will face some of mythology's most fearsome creatures. Will be in stores on March 3rd.
That's right. There's going to be a second kangaroo themed DC book, and that's clearly still not enough. We need dozens.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like this is not something that's likely to go away.
We can hope not.
Pretty awesome.
Oh yeah. All right, now we have Nils, The Tree of Life from writer Jerome Hammond and artist Antoine Carrion. The struggle between man and nature comes to a climax. This ecological future fantasy by writer Jerome Hammond tells the story of a young man and his father searching for clues as to why life has ceased to thrive. Their journey will uncover a supernatural conspiracy between the nearby high-tech kingdom and the ruinous pursuit of eternal life. Mix in the return of long-forgotten and jealous gods, and you have a surreal fantasy of truly Wagnerian scope. It's been out of print for 2 years, and now it's coming back in stores January 21st. And this is from which publisher is this? I'm not totally
Magnetic and Oni.
Magnetic and Oni. Excellent. There we go. That sounds very cool.
Mhm. Theodora's Letters, an enslaved woman's fight for family and freedom by Marcelo de Salite. In mid-19th century, millions of Africans were enslaved and brought to Brazil. Among them was the real-life Theodora, who, separated from her husband and her son, worked in a home of a priest in Sao Paulo. Wishing to reconstruct the family ties lost during the journey from Africa to Brazil and to achieve emancipation for herself and her family, she gave Claro, a black man who could read and write, money to help her write letters. Some addressed to her husband and her son, whereabouts unknown, in the hopes that the letters would find them and that they could achieve this quest together. And some addressed to enslavers, intended to either help locate her family or to persuade them to let her buy her freedom. Give me just a second. The brat turned on my CPAP.
Wow, this is Eddie's first interaction despite my cats being here to ward him off. He's getting bolder.
So this is from Fantagraphics Books in stores on January 28th. They continue to put out fabulous stuff in their 50th year. Couple of collections.
Alrighty, and this one is Don't Forget Your Briefcase from writer Elliot Rail and artist Philip Sevi. Everywhere the president goes, there is a military liaison who follows, carrying a briefcase with the codes to launch a nuclear strike, and it's just been lost. This is a story about what happens when a 10-year-old boy finds a nuclear football and accidentally brings the world to the brink of annihilation. In stores, January 7th, 2026.
I wouldn't let you have this one because
That's fair.
it's from our patron saint, and B, is humor from our patron saint.
I did not realize.
My Gun is the Jury and Other Stories from Jack Davis, Wally Wood, Al Feldstein, Jack Mendelson, and a story from Harvey Kurtzman. Crazed cartooning Davis's and Woods. Crazed cartooning and Mad changed the art form and comedy itself forever, but their gonzo parody work in Mad's sister satire titled Panic, published at the same time, is less well known. To invert that injustice, this volume of the Fantagraphics EC Artist Library presents all their zany, pun-packed panic lampoonery, especially their pomposity, puncturing movie parodies, including Davis's My Gun is the Jury, Come Back, Little Streetcar, A Star is Corn, and Wood's African Scream, Gone with the Widow, and 20,000 Leaks Under the Sea. These visual volleys are verbalized by Al Feldstein and Jack Mendelson. Mendelson would also write for TV's Laugh-In and the Beatles' Yellow Submarine, but the laughs don't languish. Also included is the never-before reprinted V Vampires.
The Vampires.
A riotous romp written by the legendary Harvey Kurtzman and drawn by Wood that vanished after its initial appearance more than 70 years ago. So, yeah.
A Star is Corn is killing me.
Yeah.
That one keeps on hitting. Holy shit.
Wally Wood and Jack Davis doing,
This book is somehow even more incredible than I thought by the title alone.
Yeah. I love the art and all of the EC horror and crime books and often like the stories. But Wood and Davis and Kurtzman, just like their humor is off the charts.
Oh yeah. I, historical humor becomes more and more interesting as time goes on.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm certain that there are things in this that like we sit there and go, it'll be like did you watch the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary special?
No,
They had a
no.
whole reel of things that they kind of regret.
Mm, interesting. Yeah.
I
I
think
wonder.
they did. I don't even think they like did the. It was a different time. It was the things we probably shouldn't have done. But then they
Hmm,
showed it again. So I mean, and
couldn't have
that's
been
the
that
thing
bad.
about humor is
Uh-huh.
like if it's done in humor, where do you cross the? I mean, I really
And
feel like humor has a very different line.
it does. I think so.
Uh, but I still think I think really what they were saying is we possibly still would have done this sketch, but we would have written it a little bit differently today.
Yeah. Yeah. For me,
Uh,
some of the interest is figuring out why something was considered
right,
funny. And
right.
sometimes that makes it
No,
more interesting.
absolutely,
Sometimes it
absolutely.
makes it less funny, but
Yeah,
sometimes it makes it more
yeah,
funny.
yeah, yeah.
It's always
Yep,
a
yep,
mystery.
yep. So yeah, new catalog. This will be Tyler's first catalog for his shop. No, actually, I think he ordered from the October catalog.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I mean,
But
he's
yeah.
got to frame it. He's got to frame
Yeah.
his first catalog.
Well, except that they don't really print them anymore, I don't think.
Oh, well, that's a bummer. I mean, it's
Well,
understandable. That's a lot of paper, but that's
new to order for the month of November, brought to you by the Nexus Vault, Laverne, Minnesota, 109 East Main Street. The Nexus Vault, Laverne at gmail.com. Congratulations, Tyler, on opening your new shop. And we can't wait to have you back. So, new comic series. Take it away, Phil.
all right. First up, we've got Archie's Valentine's Day Spectacular from Holly G, Stephen Butler, Lily Butler, Glenn Whitmore, and Jack Morelli from Archie Comics in January 14th.
Astro Quantum #1 from Andrea Moody and Arturo Fabra at Mad Cave on January 28th.
Babs, The Black Road South #1 from Garth Ennis, Jason Burrows at Ahoy Comics, January 14th.
Bloodland #1 from B. Clay Moore and Mark Chatter at Ignition on January 14th.
Club Zodiac #1 from Caden Phoenix, Phineas Conrad, Martia Gomez, and Fanny Arteaga at Keen Spot on November 21st.
That would be January 21st.
January 21st. My apologies.
And The Crown, A Tale of Hell #1 from Mike Mignola, Todd Mignola, and Warwick Johnson Cadwell at Dark Horse on February 11th.
Then there's Hannah and the Hells versus the Beatles from Sam Ashurst, Tony M. Clark from Floating World on February 11th.
Holy Brawl #1 from Athla Fabio at Keensport on January 14th.
Hank Howard, Pizza Detective, The Two Hollywoods, #1 from Robert Venditti, David Lapham, Bad Idea, January 7th. Don't forget, there's a 3D 1 in 50 variant issue.
3D Inside as well as Out. Inglorious X-Force #1 from Tim Seeley, Jordan Bloom, Michael St. Maria at Marvel on January 21st.
Then there's Iron Man #1 from Joshua Williamson, Carmen Carnero, Marvel Comics, January 28th.
Night City #1 from Matt Kint and David Lapham at Dark Horse on February 4th.
Love and Rockets Volume 1 #1 Replicant Edition from Gabriel Hernandez, Jaime
It's
Hernandez.
Gilbert Hernandez.
Gilbert Hernandez. I am so
Gilbert.
sorry. I don't know what I am looking at.
Gilberto.
Gilberto Hernandez. My 1,000 apologies. Jaime Hernandez, Fantagraphics, January 28th.
Luna Snow World Tour #1 from Greg Pak, Ario Anandito, and Takeshi Miyazawa at Marvel on January 14th.
Magic the Gathering, Untold Stories, Jace #1, Michael W. Conrad, Caitlin Yarsky, Dark Horse, February 4th.
Malevolent #1 from Justin Jordan, John Bivens, Felipe Sobrero at Image Comics on January 28th.
Mark Spector, Moon Knight #1 from Jed McKay, Dev Malia Pramanik at Marvel Comics, February 11th.
Otter Squad #1 from Matt Fife and Matt Rogers at Keenspot on January 28th.
The Planet-Sized Planet Death #1 from Robert Venditti, Derek Kolstad, Thomas Giorello, Bad Idea, January 7th, and that is in 11 by 17 trim.
Rogue #1 from Erica Schultz and Luigi Zagaria at Marvel on January 21st.
Dimensional Rivals #1 from Peach Momoko at Marvel Comics, January 14th.
The Shiver of Christmastown #1 from Torin Grombuck and Edu Mana at Dynamite on January 7th.
Spirit of the Shadows #1 from Nick Cagnetti, Daniel Ziegler, Oni, January 28th.
Continuing the newfound rekindled friendship between Marvel and DC, they're releasing facsimiles of a couple of Treasury editions featuring Superman and Spider-Man. First is the 50th anniversary Treasury edition of Superman versus Spider-Man by Jerry Conway, Ross Andrew, Neil Adams, and John Romita Sr. from DC Marvel on January 7th, followed by DC and Marvel present Superman and Spider-Man, the Marvel Treasury edition #28 from Jim Shooter and John Buscema from DC Marvel on February 4th.
Next up is Thundar the Barbarian from Jason Aaron, Cuber Ball, Dynamite, January 21st.
And finally, Where Does the Rainbow End #1 from Francesco Perillo and Stefano Cartacelli at Mad Cave on January 14th. Phil, let's talk some graphic novels.
Oh yeah, first up is Blood Honey by Sean Peacock at IDW Dark, February 3rd.
Breakthrough Life on the Brink from Christopher Fink at Fantagraphics Underground on January 28th.
A Brief History of a Long War, Ukraine's Fight Against Russian Domination from Mariam Naem, Yulia Vus, Ian Ivan, I'm so sorry, Ivan Kipibida from 10 Speed, January 27th.
Cordo Maltese, Fable of Venice and Other Adventures from Hugo Pratt at Fantagraphics on January 14th.
Creatures and Corridors from Brandon Auman and Andrea Moody, Lab. Is that Action Lab or just Lab?
No, that's just Lab.
Just Lab on January 7th.
The Credits Roll Into the Sea, Volume 1 from John Terrakeen at Dark Horse Manga on April 21st.
Cyber Phoenix by Andy Seto, Nakama Press Mad Cave, January 28th.
Essentials Volume 1 from Luke Arnold, Chris Doc Wyatt, Glenn Fabry, Jason Howard, Vince Locke, Brendan McCarthy, Andrea Moody, and M.K. Perker, and Danny at Lab Press on January 7th.
The Extraordinary Voyages, Volume 1 from Dennis Pierre Filippi, Silvio Camboni at Papercuts, January 14th.
The Girl Who Draws on Whales from Ariella Cristantina at Dark Horse on March 31st.
Followed by The Girl Who Raised the Dead, Kawashima Norikazu from Uncivilized, January 28th.
Hunger Niharikia from Joe Bacardo at Lab on January 7th.
I Can Sell You a Body, Ryan Ferrier, George Kimbadas, IDW Dark, January 27th.
Johnny Red, A Couple of Heroes from Garth Ennis and Keith Burns at Rebellion on January 7th.
Kanga Yu, Lost in a Labyrinth from Sholly Fish, Vancy Labat, DC Comics, March 3rd.
The Life and Death of Fritz the Cat from Robert Crumb at Fantagraphics on January 14th.
Luna Express from Campbell White at Top Shelf IDW, February 10th.
Mary Shelley from Alessandro Di Virgilio and Manuela Santoni at Mad Cave. Becca Gallo on January 14th.
My Soulmate by Wa Ki at Nakama Press Mad Cave, January 21st.
Nils, The Tree of Life from Jerome Hamann and Antoine Carrion at Magnetic Oni on January 21st.
Our Little Wild Time by Fred Noland from Fantagraphics Underground, January 28th.
The Pass from Catriona Chapman at Fantagraphics on January 21st.
Pigwife by Abby Luck at Top Shelf IDW on January 13th.
Pie Rats, Volume 1, Set Sail for Treasure, Alexis Vivallo at Paper Cuts on January 21st.
Pink Monsters by Klaus Daniel Herman at Oni Comics on May 27th.
Punk Taco Adventures from Adam Walenta, Makana Walenta, Kiolo Walenta, and Gabriel Mayorga at Paper Cuts on January 28th.
Serendipity from Gabby Benda, Holiday House, January 27th.
Super Science, Volume 1 from N. Alessandro K. and M.K. Perker at Lab on January 7th.
Theodora's Letters, An Enslaved Woman's Fight for Family and Freedom by Marcelo de Salete at Fantagraphics on January 28th.
Tommy the Coward from Marco Sanseri, Roberto Laciello, and at Paper Cuts on January 14th.
Wallflower by Yasmin Omar Atta from Viking Penguin on January 14th.
White Shadows from Antoine Azanam and Antoine Carrion at Magnetic Oni on January 21st.
And then there's The Woodchipper by Joe Ullman at Drawn and Quarterly on February 11th.
Now for some collections, and a heck of a month of collections.
Starting out, we got Essentia from John Dolmayan and Tony Parker, Blonde Wake Entertainment, January 7th.
Amazing Spider-Man, the classic newspaper strips, 1977, from Stan Lee and John Romita Sr. at Clover Press on February 25th.
Ancestral Recall by Jordan Clark, Adagun Ilhan at Ahoy Comics, April 15th.
Archie versus Minor Threats from Patton Oswalt, Jordan Bloom, Timmy Haig, and Scott Koblish at Dark Horse on March 31st.
Batman Hush 2 from Jeff Loeb, Jim Lee, Scott Williams at DC Comics, March 31st.
The Beauty, Book 1 from Jeremy Hahn, Jason A. Hurley, Stephen Green, Brett Weldele, and Mike Huddleston at Ignition on January 20th.
Bronze Faces, Shobo Schaff, Alexandre Tefenki at Boom, March 31st.
Bitchcraft from Aaron Reese, Lemma Carroll at Mad Cave on January 21st.
Cemetery Kids Don't Die, Volume 2, Run Rabbit from Zach Thompson and Daniel Irizarry at Oni, May 13th.
Cold Witch, A Tale of the Shrouded College from Charles Sewell and Will Sliney on Image Comics on January 7th.
The Creeping Below by Brian Azzarello and Vanessa Del Rey, Boom Comics, March 17th.
Dick Tracy, 1941 from Chester Gould and Clover Press, January 28th.
Deadpool Wolverine, A Time for Strife by Benjamin Percy, Joshua Cassara, Robert Gill at Marvel Comics, February 10th.
Don't Forget Your Briefcase from Elliot Rahal and Philip Sevi at Mad Cave on January 7th.
5 Weapons by Jimmy Robinson at Image Comics on January 28th.
George Perez's The New Titans Artist Edition from Marv Wolfman and George Perez at Act 4 Image on July 1st.
Godzilla Heist by Van Jensen, Kelsey Ramsey, IDW, January 13th.
Hellboy Universe, The Secret Histories, Volume 1 from Mike Mignola, John Arcudi, Lawrence Campbell, Christopher Mitten, and Dave Stewart at Dark Horse Comics on March 24th.
Jessica Jones, Blind Spot by Kelly Thompson, Matea DeLuis, and Marcio Takara, and Filippo Andrade, Marvel Comics, March 3rd.
Lavender Jack, Volume 1 from Dan Shikade, Jen Manley Lee at Dark Horse Comics on March 3rd.
The Legend Testers by Jordi Bernay, Graham Baker at Rebellion, January 14th.
Leo Rising from Archie Bongiovanni at Abrams on January 21st.
Locus, the Maggie and Hopi stories from Jaime Hernandez, Fantagraphics, January 21st.
Marvel Knights, The World to Come from Christopher Priest and Joe Quesada from Marvel Comics on June 2nd.
The Missionary from Ryan Stegman and Jason Howard at Distillery, February 24th.
My Gun is the Jury and Other Stories from Jack Davis, Wally Wood, Al Feldstein, Harvey Kurtzman, and Jack Mendelson at Fantagraphics on January 7th.
One World Under Doom by Ryan North and R.B. Silva at Marvel Comics, February 10th.
Quick Stops, Volume 3 from Kevin Smith, Ryan Gaja, John Sprengelmeyer, Mark Rahel, and Ahmad Rafat at Dark Horse on March 31st.
Runaways, Think of the Children by Rainbow Rowell and Elena Casagrande and Roberta Ingranata at Marvel Comics, February 10th.
Spectrum Deluxe Edition from Rick Quinn and Dave Chisholm at Mad Cave on January 28th.
Star Trek Lore War from Christopher Cantwell, Jackson Lansing, Colin Kelly, Ryan North, David Tinto, and Derek Charm, IDW, January 13th.
The Tin Can Society from Peter Warren, Francesco Mobili at Image Comics on January 28th.
Tex Arcanum from Christopher Monfetta, Miguel Martos, Dark Horse, March 10th.
Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman from Tom King and Balin Ortega at DC Comics on March 17th.
The Unchosen by David Marquez at Image Comics, January 7th.
Vanishing Point from Mark Russell Wando, Ryan Alexander Tanner, Alberto Ponticelli Jacques at Mad Cave on January 21st.
Closing us out, we have Wolverines and Deadpools, Claws and Mercs by Cody Ziegler, Ryan North, Christos Gage, Roger Antonio, Javier Garon, Alan Robinson, Marvel Comics, March 3rd.
All right. So anyway, final order cutoff for Monday, November 3rd. We have Aggie from Mark Russell at Ace and Mark Russell, ACO, and David Lanzaro at AWA out December 17th. All the Living, which I gave a read last week and was quite good, from Roman Muradov at Fantagraphics on December 3rd. Barbaric, The Long Death, #1 from Michael Marisi and Nathan Gooden at Vault Comics on December 3rd. Batman, Green Arrow, The Question, Arcadia, #1 from Gabriel Hardman at DC out on November 26th. Charles Chaplin, The Funniest Man in the World from Seymour Chwast and Stephen Brower at Fantagraphics on December 3rd. I read that one this week as well and enjoyed it quite a bit. A nice short biography of Chaplin to give you a good feel, make you want to learn more about him. Faster from Jesse Lonergan at Booligan Press, December 3rd. This is actually a new version and a more widely available version of one that had previously only been available straight from Booligan or off of Jesse's table at cons. Such a good book. I love Jesse Lonergan. The Magnificent Adventure, The Perils of Giuseppe Bergman from Milo Manera at Fantagraphics on December 3rd. This is an old adventure strip of Milo's that owes a lot. It's got a lot of Corto Maltese type feel. I read the first chapter of it this week. Ordained #1 from Robert Venditti and Trevor Hairsign at Bad Idea on December 10th. I read that one a while ago before we talked to the Bad Idea. See, this is the week where I've actually read them all, or not quite all of them, but a lot of them, and I can go, you should go read this. This is why, like, should we have any PR people listening, this is why you send me shit. I read it. And then
Oh
I
yeah, he
go,
does.
"That's definitely uh Petrocherry, I have not read, but it looks beautiful. Attilo Micheluzzi at Fantagraphics on December 3rd. And I have read We're Taking Everyone Down With Us from Matthew Rosenberg and Stefano Landini with Jason Wordy. The collection will be available from Image Comics on December 10th. Some crowdfunding. Dracula Book 3, The Count from Matt Wagner and Kelly Jones is on Kickstarter until October 30th. The first two volumes of this are absolutely gorgeous and amazing and just like, I'm not even a vampire guy. And I wound up loving these books. I just talked to Matt and Kelly. You can hear it now. And oh my God, are they excited about these books. Feeling Messed Up from David F. Walker on Kickstarter, his mental health journey available funding through October 30th. Our Long National Nightmare, political cartoons from Tom Tomorrow on Kickstarter through October 30th. The third issue of The Dead and the Damned from Sebastian Gerner and Kelly Williams at Ghost Flying Press on Kickstarter through October 31st. The Sync Halloween Special #1 from John Lees and Alex Cormack at Comics Tribe on Kickstarter through October 31st. The Comics Courier issue 3, edited by Tiffany Babb on Kickstarter through November 1st. Rigsby, Wisconsin, Volume 2, Burn It Down from S.E. Case on from Iron Circus on Kickstarter through November 6th. A Mangaka, a Kaiju, and Omega, Juan Ponce and Lur Noise on Zoop through November 7th. The Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees storytelling game, Hunters Entertainment on Kickstarter through November 12th. And the A1 Deadline Special, bringing together two indie, or yeah, British indie comic anthologies from the 80s back with many of their original creators and some new ones. In stores, or not in stores, funding on Kickstarter through November 12th. So yeah, a lot of good Kickstarters right now. Anyway, my amazing books. It was a tough week because A, everything I read was great, and B, I didn't read quite as much as I would have liked because, well, my wife's in the hospital. So it's been an interesting week. But I kind of knew in my back pocket that the Ephemerata, Shaping the Exquisite Nature of Grief from Carol Tyler at Fantagraphics, was going to take that top spot when it was officially released because this is Carol's masterpiece. Carol is one of the greatest cartoonists of her generation, and her generation is a hell of a generation. And this is her masterpiece. I'm very much looking forward to volume 2, though my heart, particularly having just finally watched the documentary about her and her husband Justin Green, Married to Comics. And knowing that the next volume of this is her dealing with his passing, I like feel for her as she works on it. Go check out my interview with her if you want to know more about this book. But the Ephemerata, Shaping the Exquisite Nature of Grief, is just aside from just being an absolutely beautiful book, a really moving exploration of one woman's grief in a way that I think a lot of people will relate to. So yeah, which is how it even managed to beat out Lazarus Fallen #5, which
Talk about an issue full of grief.
25 #2. I did predict that they were both going to be in the top list. I don't remember which order I had them in for my.
I think you had them like this.
What?
I think so. I think you had them like this. I think you had Lazarus and then Powers.
I think I might have too. I don't remember. But yeah. They kept their spots, no matter how good the other ones were, and there were a lot of good books this week. So anyway, Phil, you want to take a walk?
Sure. Yeah. Hey, I'm walking here. This is my list of honorable mentions for mind blowers. Of course, Lazarus number five, Lazarus Fallen number five is one of those. As Lazarus is definitely a mind blowing work, in my opinion. It's a lot of things, but it fit in with this. Then, of course, the other couple I have a pair of titles from Monsieur Alan Moore, both Promethea with J.H. Williams III from his imprint ABC Comics that was originally at Wildstorm, then bought by DC, and Providence with Alan Moore and Jason Burrows, Avatar Press. I feel like these two books, mind blowing in different ways. One about kind of goodness and the divine, and the other about evilness and the profane. And they're a hell of a pair. And then, of course, this one is another deep cut. The not manga but manhwa series, King of Hell from Ra In Su, published by Tokyo Pop way back when I was in high school. I'm thinking specifically there was a moment in a tournament arc where the main character, who is the titular King of Hell, he's fighting other people and totally destroying them, and someone comes up to him afterwards and points out, like, your sword, it's not a magic sword, it's just a regular piece of metal. And he's like, yeah, that's how strong I am. And that was a mind-blowing moment for me when I read it in high school, this idea that, oh wow, like, I don't know. I always having been a fan of magic swords, and the idea that, like, Excalibur is what makes Arthur the king, and then it's like, no, it's what's in the person. It's not what's in the sword. It was a very good inversion of expectations there. And I'd say next up, Tad, how's One Piece going?
I read no One Piece this week.
That's understandable. It's been a busy week.
I
Yeah.
I thought about it, like, when I got home last night
hmm
at 2 a.m.
That's
and
that's too late to
and
consider reading more.
and I thought about it when I woke up at 5, but instead decided to steal a couple more hours of sleep.
Well
Um,
earned.
so yeah, I didn't get to it earlier in the week, and uh, yeah, the time that I thought to go read it, it just wasn't, there wasn't room.
That's understandable. Understandable to have an off week. I just took a nose at, like, just started reading the first chapter of a book called Cat Plus Gamer.
Yeah,
That
that's been on my radar.
Yeah, it's been very charming looking. It's like a busy office worker who someone brings in a cat in a box, and she decides to take him home. And I mean, I'm sold already. I mean, I obviously love cats. I have two of my own, so I will read pretty much any comic in any form that is starring cats.
More evidence that the cats are involved in
Well,
the
they
loot robbery. I
they had
mean,
to reveal that the original Mona Lisa was actually a cat.
well, but I was actually just thinking that, like, comics have taught us that there are cats in the Louvre,
Oh
which means that
yeah.
they, like, know their places. I
hmm
mean, my theory is that, like, the Ocean's Boys were the ones on the ladder and on the motorcycles. They just never actually entered the building. They climbed up
Um,
the ladder,
release
opened the
their masters.
window. No, the masters were already inside. It was all
Oh,
misdirection.
I see.
Climbed down. I mean, the reason it seems so fast is that, like, uh, it had actually happened before they started climbing the ladders. But again, the misdirection.
And if you'd read We Three, you'd know that cats have a different perception of the passage of time because
Right,
they weigh
right.
so much less than
So
us.
so yeah, no, it's like, very, very. I think it's overwhelmingly clear that it was cats. Overwhelmingly clear.
Thankfully, not the kind you find on Broadway.
Ah, Those are fighting words with one of the friends of this podcast.
That is true. That is me being facetious. Howard,
Yeah.
if you're listening, I mean no harm.
I don't know if Howard's a big fan of cats. I was thinking of Alexandra Bowman.
Oh, okay. I see. I am merely poking fun at
who's even
cats.
cosplayed as a cat.
And that's great. But were they cosplaying as a cat from Cats?
Yes.
Or okay.
Yes.
Okay.
She was very much cosplaying as a cat from Cats.
Okay. Because there are plenty of people that cosplay as cats just in a regular
I
sort of way.
understand, but like Alexandra is not to be reckoned with.
That's fair. That's fair. I do not want to throw hands this early in the morning about a subject that I'm not well informed.
This is my point.
Yeah.
I can get away with saying that I'm not a huge Andrew Lloyd Webber fan, that I thought that he brought in the era of the let's write an album and then kind of put a story around it rather than having the songs be an integral part of the story that was all,
Mm-hmm.
I can get away with that when talking to her, but like messing with cats.
Ooh.
And it is based on a selection of T.S. Eliot.
Oh yeah,
and the poems are fantastic. So
it's fun to poke fun at, but I don't actually want to offend people.
Okay.
About making fun of cats. That's I just want to make that clear.
Good kid.
Yeah.
So this week's great responsibility is Mindblowing Works. And I'm going to go ahead and lead off because it took me a while to decide on something, because there's so many comics that I think are mind-blowing, and so many comics that like, even if they don't feel like when you put Sex Criminals down, I'm like, yeah, I guess when I read that the first time it was mind-blowing, but it doesn't feel mind-blowing anymore because I've read it and reread it, and like, and that's not bashing it. It's certainly not bashing. Yeah. What I was really looking for was a comic that was both mind-blowing but never ceases to be mind-blowing, that I also hadn't spent much time talking about here or at American Nature Events.
I see.
What I came up with was Mind Management by Matt Kitt. Have you read Mind Management?
I have read the first issue. I picked up the first issue in single issues, and I forget why I didn't keep reading it, but I'm aware of it, but I have not read the whole thing. So I need to.
There are marginal notes. There are, I mean,
there were like hidden messages on the covers.
Yeah, this is the first time that I started to speculate. I mean, I should have brought up my omnibuses that I did a book club with, and when I book club books, not for the show, when it's like sit down book clubs where we're really gonna go through stuff together, it tends to put post-it notes on things that I had post-it notes on almost every page. I had 3 post-it notes on some pages.
Oh wow, yeah. I've heard nothing but great things, and even
I can't imagine what Matt had to do to construct it.
Yeah, I mean that's
I totally imagine like the murder board all.
He's gonna be like, that's my secret. I always plot.
I mean, there's stories within stories. There's foreshadowing and red herrings. The art is beautiful. The dialogue is beautiful. Even if you're not catching the deepness, you can have fun with it. But like, the depth is too obvious not to catch. And then the decision is, are you going to go all in and try to play the game with them, or are you just going to read it and enjoy the ride? And you can do either. It's a book that I feel like I peel back a new layer every time I read it.
And that absolutely intrigues me, and is a signpost that I was aware of it before, but now it has jumped from I should read this to a must read, because
I mean, I guess one of the things I can say, because I also thought of putting and I'll bring it up.
Mhm.
He did a book called Red-Handed: The Fine Art of Strange Crimes,
Mm.
which to me is like a rough draft of mind management,
Oh, that's always interesting to find.
um, like condensed into a small town.
Wow.
So
Okay.
rather than this globe-trotting epic,
Hmm.
um, whatever, like it's all condensed into one smallish town with a detective supposedly solving mostly mundane mysteries,
Hmm.
uh, but it doesn't stay
It,
that.
it, yeah, I haven't read a ton of Matt Kint.
Particular, he's kind of like Jeff Lemire,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
where when he's writing for somebody else, eh, though there are definitely people that when he's writing for, it's like, oh, like he's working with David Lapham coming up.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Working with
exciting.
Abraham Mustafa coming up.
That's exciting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's worked with Gabriel Walta, and like
Yeah, yeah.
right off the bat.
Walt is
Um
incredible. I know he's doing They're All Terribles, and that's been fun.
and don't get me wrong, like his Valiant stuff is good.
Hmm.
Great
But his
superhero comics.
when he draws for himself, it's next level.
But it's not, I mean, like Lemire and his DC stuff, it's not, he doesn't stand out when he's doing work for hire and not drawing.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
He
Because
he
I read.
falls into the category of very good. He does
Hmm.
never writes anything unreadable, and like if
Right.
you're into like the given character or whatnot, it's probably one of the best runs on the character. But
Hmm.
there is so much you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I absolutely
It,
do
it-
here.
it's
And
it's
that's.
it's much harder to differentiate yourself in the
Mhm.
superhero realm.
It is. Well, not only that, but like there's so much superhero stuff that comes out in any
Right.
given time period that it's so hard. It's not only is the quality going to vary depending on how much you like the writer and how much you like the character, but it's also going to vary on which artist got assigned to them at that given time, how long they were able to build a story for, all kinds of different things. So yeah,
Yeah.
being a head and shoulders standout amongst superheroes is a very different game from being able to do that as creator. Revolver, I see now is that was
Matt Kent.
the
That's
first
fantastic.
it was really good. It was the first Matt Kent book I
Tyler
read.
Jenkins, when he works with Tyler Jenkins, it's
Yep.
generally very,
I
very
I
good.
need to read Folklords with Matt Smith. That's one that's really really intriguing to me.
It's good. I need to reread it.
Okay.
I was mildly underwhelmed.
Mm,
And I actually wonder if they wanted to do more and it just didn't sell well enough because I think
oh, I could see that.
it just felt abrupt. Super Spy. I mean,
Oh,
that's I think part of
um,
the
the
kind of
Ether.
part of the mind management. The Ether's good.
Yeah,
Department H.
with David Rubin. That's another series I've read most of. I don't think I read the
Right.
last series or two, but
So yeah, I
yeah.
mean, we're talking just
Yeah, he's done so much. That's the other thing that's difficult when,
and so little of it is anything other than great.
yeah.
Uh
I will say
like
you're
like his low threshold is very, very good.
hmm. Yeah, right. Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, and I've
but
read the Frankenstein Agent of Shade from the
okay,
New
I haven't
52
read
era.
that.
It was fine. It was one that got canceled pretty quick.
Right.
So that was kind of a bummer because I was like, oh, this was one of the
With
weirder
him
books.
with him and Jeff Lemire.
Yeah, I think Jeff Lemire started it out and then
Right.
he picked it up right before it got canceled. But it
Well,
was
he's
fun.
the only person to draw any Sweet Tooth
Yep, that too. Yeah. No, wait, I think no, that was a
other than
special
Lemire.
issue. That was a special issue, so that's why that doesn't count. But yeah, he did regular issues of
Right.
Sweet Tooth, one of the flashback arcs. Yeah. So I was going to say though, you're
Yeah, no, mind management is another, and I haven't.
you still
And
there,
what?
Ted? Oh, I thought I didn't know if I
You were
didn't
gonna say what? Yeah, I'm
Oh,
here.
I was going to say, okay. I was going to say that your standard of having something that's mind blowing that continues to be mind blowing. That's a that's a high bar, which is why I'm definitely intrigued to pick up mind management. But it's honestly one of the few comics I can think of that do that is like The Filth by Grant Morrison. Or, I mean, honestly, Grant Morrison stuff tends to be that way for me. But even then, it's so like specifically, the reason I chose Sex Criminals over Providence is because I've only read through Providence once, and while it did blow my mind, it completely shifted my sense of consciousness when I read it. I questioned whether I'd have that experience a second time or not, you know. And I wanted to do something a little more lighthearted after last time's was, you know, the super dark, cursed text, fucked up book. So Sex Criminals is my pick for a mind-blowing work. This was, I mean, it's also a double entendre, a different kind of mind-blowing work. But yeah, I absolutely loved this book when it came out. I jumped on from issue one. It is the book that fully made me a lifelong Matt Fraction fan. He was someone whose work I had at Marvel, I had, you know, seen some of, not read all of, had ups and downs, you know, but it didn't solidify me for him. But this Sex Criminals, oh, smashed it out of the park. I that's where I first was like, oh, this guy's funny. He does humor. Okay, that was kind of the way into the rest of his work. It seemed the humor and the lightheartedness made the more mind-bending stuff more appealing. And again, it's also the book that if I hadn't read this, I wouldn't be the person I am today. It, you know, it helped me through a difficult, lonely time in my life, and I think it's absolutely fitting that it is the, you know, the second book in my comic collection that my wife found and then started reading on her own, because it's the kind of book that I was so tempted to like recommend to her because I told her about it and I was like, honey, this is one of my favorite books of all time. It means so much to me. You will read it one day, but I don't want to pressure you and force it on you and tell you how much you're going to love it. But then when she discovered it herself and read it herself, and she absolutely loved it, I was like, okay, validation. You know, it's just it's such a perfect combination of humorous and heartwarming and deep, the character work. I love even the way the series ends in how it is simultaneously about the end of the story and how stories end in a general way that is so unique to
Well, and
me.
in issue 69.
Yes,
In issue
exactly.
69.
Yeah, yeah. It's also the
But
only series I've bought A and B covers for. I got all the X-rated covers that they did that were
whereas
fucking
I
hilarious.
only bought the B covers. At some
Oh
point I
yeah,
might go back and get the A covers.
yeah.
Um did were you one of the sad sap letters at the back?
Unfortunately,
Do I
no,
need to
I
go
was
back
not.
and look
No,
again?
I never appeared in the pages of Letter Daddies. So
Okay.
I did not.
Because that was also one of the things that made this
Oh
book.
yeah, 100%. The letters column fucking made this book.
I mean,
Yeah.
Sex Criminals like Saga is almost
Oh,
interactive.
yeah. It's the greatest letters column I've ever seen. I shudder to think that it could ever be topped. That's how great it is.
Yeah, see, whereas I put Saga right there with it already.
That's fair. That's a good one too. That's
Um,
Saga's great. I've definitely responded to the reader survey in Saga.
right. So yeah. Um, yeah. I accidentally muted my microphone,
Oh,
so I didn't manage to do as many interjections in there as I might have.
I see.
Uh what I was trying to say before you jumped in on Sex Criminals,
Oh,
which
sorry.
thank you for doing that because
Oh
I'd
yeah.
muted the microphone and not figured it out, so we would have had way more dead space. Is that there are definitely other series that like Saga amazes every time.
Oh yeah.
Sex Criminals amazes every time. Like Mind Management isn't the only one that gets better every time I read it.
Yeah.
But I guess there's something to me, there's a difference between getting better and amazing and mind blowing.
There is. There absolutely is. I guess
Sex
for
Criminals was mind blowing when I read volume 1, but it wasn't even mind blowing issue to issue to me after that. You know,
it was again, it was for me primary. The letters column was always
I mean there were moments there were moments that were
the criminal issue.
Yeah, no. There were totally moments that were.
Oh yeah. I guess so for me the
but
other
not in that. I mean, I guess I kind of used mind blowing as mind twisting. You know, as mind blowing as broke my brain and continues to break my brain.
right. And I took mind blowing as mind expanding because this is one where
that works.
Yeah, because this helped expand what comics could be for me. This helped expand what sex could be for me.
Well, and either one of them is absolutely accurate. Like again, none of this was like, you shouldn't have picked that. It was like trying to like define what. I mean, again, part of it was like I've talked about so many books. I mean, 700 odd episodes in. I've talked about so many books so many times.
I'm sure that angle made
I
this
wanted
even
to
harder for you.
try to pick something that I didn't feel like I talked about a lot.
Yep.
Both Mind Management and Sex Criminals are books that I want to book club at some point.
Hell yeah. I would be very intrigued on both of those. Mostly because
I mean, I'm kind of hoping that the Saga book club will just
turn
continue
into
rolling into.
I mean, that'd
series afterwards.
That'd be a heck of a crew to talk about Sex Criminals with, you know.
That's my point.
Yeah.
It would be a heck of a crew to talk about Mind Management as well.
It would also be fitting because the reason why I bought the A and B covers is because I would, you know, cherish them both, but the A covers were the ones that my mom would read.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I got a busy day and we still have
we can make the hour and a half.
We still need to record the drops. So let's move into books we hope will be spectacular. It's actually kind of a light week for single issues.
Yeah, I imagine fifth week.
Big week for collections.
It is a fifth week. Fifth weeks usually do turn out like that.
Unless there's a fifth week event or unless they decided to go light on week 1. There's a million different.
You're right.
But I am gonna I still had three definite ones that I hope will be spectacular. The first is Facing Feelings Inside the World of Raina Telgemeier, the exhibit book from her Billy Ireland exhibit from last year, I think, maybe the year before. Out from Scholastic. It was the first time they ever gave both of their exhibit rooms to the same exhibit. Was for Raina Telgemeier because one room just wasn't enough. So I'm very much I loved the exhibit. I'm very much looking forward to going through the book. It's actually on Hoopla already, which I may flip through, but I get to see Raina in conversation with Lucy Knisley.
Ooh, that's gonna be amazing.
In a couple of weeks, and that's where I'll get my physical copy of the book.
Wow.
So
that's going to be a spectacular event.
That's why we had to reschedule Saga.
Yeah. Yeah. Understood. Yeah. Either of those people, much less both.
Right. Yeah. So, next, I have loved the Godzilla versus America stories, and we now have Godzilla versus Kansas City with Freddie Williams, Baldemar Rivas, Jake Smith, and Buster Moody contributing. And we're gonna do a Batman double feature because Both Batman and Robin Year One and Batman the Last Halloween are wrapping up this week. Final issues of both of them, Mark Waid and Chris Samney on Year One, Jeff Loeb, and for this issue, Matteo Scalera, but it's been 10 issues, 10 artists. Because the
Scalera.
idea of replacing Tim Sale with just one person, just like
Yeah.
nobody was willing to do that.
No, I don't blame him.
So those both wrap up. Those both have been fantastic series. So yeah, big collection that I do want to call out. Anybody who hasn't read it, well, a couple of them that I want to call out. Ballad of Halo Jones, the full color omnibus. Halo Jones is one of Alan Moore's early works, one of my favorite works of his, and the coloring job by Barbara Nascenzo on this is just outstanding.
Oh, because it would have been in black and white before.
And I've read it in black and white.
Wow. Okay.
Ian Gibson's line art is also outstanding. This is, it's another one of those Alan Moore projects that never really got finished, kind of like Big Numbers. Apparently,
Thankfully,
a couple
few
of
in
times.
his. Yeah.
What?
I was saying, thankfully, few of those in his career, but yeah.
Couple of times he's like laid out the overall plan and like talks or whatnot, and I'm like,
yeah, it's criminal. It's a criminally unfinished work.
So yeah, the Ballad of Halo Jones might be my favorite Alan Moore. It's really between that and Jack B. Quick for my favorite Alan Moore works. Also available this week in collected edition. Who Are the Power Pals from Dwayne Murray and Ahmad Rafat with Rob Jones on color at Dark Horse. This was such a fun book. I highly recommend it. So, Phil, what is your trade waiter graphic novel?
My trade waiter pick is Department of Truth, Volume 6, another James Tynion series with art from Letizia Catanici and Martin Simmons, Jordi Belair, letters by Aditya Bidikar, Image Comics. I've only read Volume 1 of this series, but it was really great. It was really...
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm behind.
Uh-huh.
But I have all the single issues.
Yeah, it's another one. I mean, it's talk about this one was an incredible horror without being visually over the top. In terms of gore and violence, this was pure like terror, disturbing. Like, oh, the star-faced man was creepy as all get out. But yeah, really incredible series. I need to catch up on one day. Lots of other good trades. It might be a slow week for single issues, but I did see a good amount of good trades coming out. So
yeah, no, this was a really particularly collection heavy week. So yeah, I think that is it for episode 207. For Phil, this is I hate introducing myself. This is Tad. This has been 22 panels, and we will see you after the next page.